Welcome back to another Explainer. Today we're doing something a little bit different and, honestly, a lot of fun. We're going to dive headfirst into a rigorous, almost forensic, close reading of an incredibly dense, absolutely fascinating 8-line text. It's a brilliant piece of modern literature we're just calling The Guest of Honor. We're going to break down the psychology, the intricate social dynamics, and the sheer, unadulterated bravado packed into these few words. So, whether you're a scholar of social gatherings or maybe just looking to elevate your own weekend strategy, there is an immense amount to unpack here. Let's get right into it.
Right out of the gate, we're hit with this powerful, sweeping assertion. The narrator states, "'Cause when I step in the party, everything going right. 'Cause the party's not a party unless I'm in it." Right? I mean, wow. They aren't just arriving at an event, right? They are the animating force of the event itself. The whole existence and success of the party literally depends on them walking through that door. Without this specific individual, whatever gathering is happening inside is just, well, a collection of people in a room. It has no identity, no momentum, literally no purpose until they step inside.
And you've got to notice the stark binary contrast they're setting up here. Before they arrive, it is fundamentally not a party. It's a structural void. But the very second after their arrival, boom, everything going right. The narrator acts as the literal and structural linchpin of the entire evening. They bring absolute order to chaos just by showing up. It's this fascinating display of self-perceived atmospheric control. Think about it. They aren't just crossing their fingers and hoping for a good night. They are mandating it just by being there.
Now, this catalyst effect instantly builds a really fascinating sociological dynamic, essentially casting our narrator as a vital de-escalator. Just look at the behavioral breakdown playing out. We've got the ladies, who are apparently in this state of high tension. They're fighting. Over what? Well, presumably, the newly arrived narrator. But what's the narrator's immediate response to this intense social friction? They step right in as a diplomat. They assure the crowd there's no need to fight because, hey, they're here for the night. Just by announcing their extended presence and availability, they bring instant peace to what is clearly a highly competitive, resource-scarce environment. The resource, of course, being their own time and attention.
But here is what's truly fascinating to me. It's the narrator's hyper-specific, quantifiable self-assessment metric. They don't just, vaguely tell us they're feeling confident. They give us a precise data point. Their swagger is operating at 100. This isn't a sliding scale or a rough estimate. In the context of this text, 100 is the absolute peak. It is the theoretical maximum of personal magnetism, style, and self-assurance. It's a flawless score. And it's exactly this metric that allows them to so effortlessly control the room like we just saw.
So the crucial takeaway here is that feeling all right isn't just some casual, everyday mood. No, it is a directly correlated physiological and psychological result of hitting that absolute maximum level of swagger. And notice how all right is capitalized in the source text? It's practically a proper noun. It's a designated, elevated state of being. Because their swagger has completely maxed out at 100, the resulting state of existence becomes supreme and unshakable. Their internal confidence perfectly mirrors that external environment they just stabilized.
Okay, so with the environment totally stabilized, the conflict resolved, and their internal swagger perfectly optimized at 100, the narrator actively shifts their operational focus. They initiate this rigorous three-pronged evaluation process for a partner for the night. They are scanning the room for someone who, quote, looks, smell good, and got her head on right. I mean, this is a remarkably holistic assessment. We aren't just talking about physical presentation, looking and smelling good, but mental alignment and stability too. It really prompts us to ask ourselves, when we walk into these dynamic social spaces, do we have our heads on right? Are we actually meeting these baseline qualifications for elite social engagement?
But wait, it goes deeper. Beyond those basic criteria of aesthetics and mental clarity, there is a strict alignment required when it comes to expectations for the night. The narrator specifically points out that this potential partner must be ready to have fun, but not just any generic, run-of-the-mill amusement. It has to be, that grown folks type of fun. This totally elevates the concept of fun to a mature, exclusive, and honestly, a much more sophisticated tier. It filters out the casual, unprepared partygoers and demands a partner who fully grasps the elevated stakes of an evening hosted by someone operating at maximum swagger.
If we step back for a second, we can really appreciate the flawless, chronological execution of the narrator's evening. It's like an absolute masterclass in event management. Think about the steps. They arrive to establish control, seamlessly de-escalate friction, systematically evaluate potential partners, and finally, make their ultimate choice. They move perfectly from macro-level environmental control straight down to micro-level final selection without a single wasted movement or even a moment of hesitation. It's incredibly efficient.
Which brings us to the dramatic climax of the text, the culmination of this entire strategic operation. After establishing that 100-level swagger, pacifying the room, and executing their exhaustive vetting process, a singular, intense focus is finally bestowed upon one individual. Van out all the ladies, I choose you as the one. The sweeping wide-angle lens of our narrator controlling the entire party suddenly zooms all the way in for this highly personal, direct declaration. The exhaustive search is officially over. Out of an environment that was previously defined by competition and chaos, perfect order has been found in a singular choice.
So, I want to leave you with this final, profound question to ponder. What are the true implications of being the one chosen by a guest whose swagger is quantifiably sitting at 100? Just think about the immense weight, the expectations, and the sheer responsibility placed squarely on the shoulders of this ultimately selected partner. I mean, they've survived the gauntlet, they've met the aesthetic and mental criteria, and now they are fully expected to seamlessly partake in that grown folks type of fun. Does the chosen partner elevate that swagger even higher, or do they just get to bask in its glow? It is definitely a fascinating dynamic to consider the next time you step into a party and try to set everything right. Thank you so much for exploring this text with me today, and hey, keep your swagger high until our next explainer.